So you guys got jokes now, huh? For anyone confused, this was the comment that inspired the last video. This did have me laughing, so I applaud these guys. Regardless, we are back, still employed, and hopefully this video is released without a 3-month gap in between. Alright, so we're looking for some upgrades because again, Muspa is taking like 5 minutes to kill and I can't be focused for that long without some Subway Surfers in the background. So let me sell off some stuff real quick. So I think the argument right now is that I should get Void or upgrade to Blessed D'hide. Fortunately, this was a common enough question that somebody actually made a DPS calculator for this stuff. So based on this, it looks like Blessed D'hide is better than Void by a decent bit here. Also, shout out to this guy for letting me know I should probably buy a coif because I honestly forgot about getting a helmet this entire time. So let's take a look at the current gear. Honestly, I think we're starting to look a lot more like a proper account now, and we've come a long way in the last couple months. But with that, let's try out Muspa with our new Blessed D'hide set and Dragon Arrows. Wait, that was a crazy fast kill. I think that might have been the fastest Muspa kill I've ever had. 250. Alright, I'm just recording now because that was like, I think the first drop we've ever gotten. I wasn't recording, I just had the replay button on, but I'm actually shocked. 21kc Venator shard is actually ridiculous. Alright, so we are just immediately selling the shard. Obviously, this was extremely deserved at 21kc, and as exciting as the drop was, it does put me in an awkward spot. Most of the significant range upgrades are around the 20 mil mark, and this puts me just a decent bit under. I think the best move right now would be to pick up a Twisted Buckler, Dragon Crossbow, and upgrade to Sapphire Dragon Bolts since the smite phase of Muspa is taking a lot of time. But we can always sell it too if we end up changing our mind on future grinds. But eventually I'd like to go to Doom at some point, but we'd probably need at least one Tormented Synapse before we start, so that'll be our short-term goal for now. If anyone is wondering how I got the Purple Boater and Addy Shield, I did just randomly find them dropped at the GE, and I was indeed on broke people time. I feel like picking stuff up off the GE floor is sort of like doing surveys for money. You get money, but was it really worth it? As long as it's over 5k, I'm absolutely nabbing it though. And in my defense, this was before I got the shard drop. So let's pick up the Dragon Crossbow for about 600k and the Twisted Buckler for about 13.5 mil, which honestly seems pretty cheap to me considering it's a raid item. So here's our current gear, and I think we're actually cooking. Like, we look super strong right now. We've got the Twisted Buckler, Dragon Crossbow, full Blessed D'hide, of course the Tbow, right? But I think we've got most of the main upgrades. Would love to get, the Anguish in the future soon, but hopefully we can pick up another drop from Muspa, and that'll allow us to start Doom relatively soon as well. I will say the new setup does feel a little bit faster on the smite phase. There are still times where I'm getting 4-minute plus kills, but I think the average time has decreased overall. Again, I wasn't recording, but I am honestly shocked here. Another Venator shard only 7kc later. And here I was thinking I was already spooked with the first one. So now I gotta think about what I want to do with this thing. I think the first thing that comes to mind is to just get a Masori helmet unfortified. I think that's the closest thing I can get to an upgrade. It's about 13 mil, and it gives me some range strength bonus. If I get another drop or if I continue grinding, I think the next step would be to either get a scorching item and liquidate everything, or I would sell the Masori mask and get an Anguish once I get to about 20 mil, which is the cost of an Anguish. So right now, this will be our temporary upgrade that we will end up selling later once we get something a little bit better, or once we get a little bit more cash. So that is our Masori mask upgrade. Again, huge, super big, super big. All right, I just thought of a better idea. Why don't I just sell the buckler? I mean, I'm gonna lose a little bit to taxes and whatnot. Why don't I sell the buckler and the mask? Dang, I actually just lost a ton of money by doing that, but whatever. And I buy an odium ward. And then I can buy an anguish. Boom. So now this is our setup. Looking pretty good with the new necklace of anguish, and the odium ward isn't even that much worse. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, at least the death cost was 5k. This is actually a crazy common drop, if only as an Iron Man.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
Yeah, this might be the most spooned I've ever been at a boss. It honestly feels like Muspa drop shards at a 1 out of 10 rate, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed by the luck here. Regardless, this is fun, because it definitely means we've got enough money to buy the gear we need for Doom. So, this is my bad. I definitely thought I needed to pick up a Scorching Bow or Emberlight before going to Doom, but it looks like Darklight works fine as a Demon Bane melee. I'm planning to pick up a Trident for the mage ones, and I guess I can just hit the range grubs with the Tbow twice, although it's just going to take up all my arrows. With that being the case, I'm going to keep the Anguish and then use the money from the latest Venator shard to buy full Elite Void and some supplies while we set up for Doom. Alright, depositing 1 mil for full Elite Void. Clearly, we got some major upgrades this video thanks to our best friend Phantom Muspa. I was not expecting to get 1 shard at this point, let alone 3. With the gear we've got on, we have got a, 40 mil bank? Here's the current bank tab. So I think our best call now is to swap over to Doom and start the grind there. So I'll see you all in the next one.